Yo, what's up?
Hey Matt, how's it going?
I'm doing great, brother. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat. You guys have been hard at work slingshotting around the world promoting the new album. Where are you guys right now?
We're home for a brief moment, which is nice, man. It's like we were in Europe for basically 2 months, and then we came over to dip our toes in the Byron Bay for a little bit and did Splendor in the Grass, and then we came home and we've been chilling, and we're flying out tomorrow to England, so doing that, playing some shows over the weekend, so that'll be cool, and then it's a little bit of a break, probably I think it's like 2-3 weeks, something like that, before we kick off a big U.S. tour. So we're busy, but at the exact moment, it's nice to be home.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you guys were only here in July for Splendor in the Grass, and your Australian tour starts in October. We're excited to have you back in record time. How do you feel about coming back so soon?
We wanted to get over and do a full nice tour, and then the kind of Splendor thing came in, and schedule wise it didn't really work out to kind of stay over there and do more shows. So we were originally trying to get over in October anyways, because we like coming over there at that time, and we've done Halloween shows over there the last 2 years, and so that's what we were kind of working on, but it just kind of took a little time to get it worked out, but we're stoked to be coming back, and it's going to be nice to play some proper shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys are going to be touring with High Tension and Private Function throughout October, which will be amazing. Have you played with any new bands recently that have blown you away?
Yeah, man. It's just the last couple of tours we've done in the States have been great. It's bands like Culture Abuse and Plague Vendor. Different bands like that. Those are two awesome bands. Turnstile's awesome. There's a bunch of new good bands, man. Those are three off the top of my head that I'm enjoying at the moment.
Awesome. I noticed you guys have recruited Joey Castillo for this tour to come and play drums. Do you mind telling me how that came about?
He's a friend, man. He's a homie. It's like we knew him from the Queen days, and then with Eagles, and we've just been friends for a while, and he digs the band, and he's a badass drummer, so it's like it's kind of a no-brainer, and he fits really good with the guys, and it's just like it's just perfect, man. I mean, he's just a badass dude, and he's got Bronx DNA.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's by far one of my favorite drummers, and for that very reason, he's very much a punk drummer, and I can't wait to see him behind the kit with you guys.
Yeah, he's a badass.
I watched you guys perform at the Black Heart in London earlier in the year, performing the new album in its entirety. That was a pretty special show, considering it was free and the room is capped at like 150 people. What made you decide to do a one-off show like that?
You gotta do shit like that sometimes to shake it up. Sometimes as a band, it's like, you don't really want to do like play this record front to back or do, this kind of show or whatever, but you come to realize, it's like anytime you get a chance to like shake things up or do something different, one, it's like, the fans are stoked, and two, it's like it just feels good doing something different. So I think sometimes you can get wrapped up in it and kind of like before it happens, and you can kind of kill a lot of cool ideas that way. But for us, it's like we always try to do some random stuff here and there, and that was just one of them. We went through the whole UK playing the new record front to back, and that was in tiny ass clubs, and it was awesome, and then it's like, so every now and then it's fun to do shit like that. It's like you don't want, you play so many shows, you don't want to do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, no, agreed. Hearing you play the album cover to cover, though, I was amazed at how close you came to capturing the sound of the record live. Did you track everything live for the album, and where did you record it this time around?
Yeah, we did, and we recorded it with Rob Schnapp and Eagle Rock at his studio, and Eagle Rock's in Los Angeles, and it's just a small little place, man. Basically like the size of like a one-bedroom apartment type place, super small. And, we were super stoked on the songs before we went in. We pretty much had everything pretty much, nailed, except for, there were some lyric things that I was still working on. And of course, there's little stuff here and there that you gotta, you try to go into the studio with like, as solid as a skeleton as you can. And then you just kind of, you build it from there, and you let things happen, and you kind of, let the record, kind of create itself that way. But it was so much fun, and Rob, what we wanted to do on this record was just kind of come out with a little bit of a grittier sound, a nastier mix. And Rob just had so much old vintage gear and just a bunch of rad stuff. Every song we were running, different chains through, guitars or bass and everything like that, and experimenting with just like, a little bit more of a nastier vocal sound, and just giving the record a little bit of separation from everything else that we've done, and its own identity. And it was a lot of fun, man. It came together really quick, and that's always a good thing. You don't want it to be, you don't want it to be quick in a way where, you don't care about it, but you want it to be quick in a way where you don't get stuck, you don't get hung up, you don't overthink it, you don't hit like, wall after wall of like, you're unable to make a decision on which way the song should go or which lyric to write or which what, so the record had a really good flow that way, everything just kind of, came together. There were, obviously there's always going to be a few songs that take longer than others, but, as a general kind of whole, the record came together really, really smoothly.
Yeah, well, I mean, the proof is definitely there. The new album sounds absolutely amazing, and we can't wait to have you here in October. Looking at your schedule for the Australian tour, do you plan on checking out any places while you're here, or going back to anywhere in particular?
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, nowhere in particular yet, but every time we come over there, we got good people looking out for us, and great friends, and, we always try to get out, even if it's just after the show, going out and have some drinks at the bar, or whatever, usually on days off we'll hit the beach. The cool thing about this tour is we're playing a lot of, regional smaller stuff, which we've never done before, which we've always wanted to do. So we're going to be kind of, instead of doing the thing where you fly, every day to each city, it's like we're going to be taking a van, to a lot of these shows and just kind of cruising the highways and seeing some stuff that we've never seen before. So we're really excited about that, because Australia, it does mean a lot to us. It's a great place for us to play, and we've been there so much, it feels like home in a way. So it's going to be nice to kind of take like a more kind of like old school, like local approach to touring there on this run, and we're all looking forward to it.
You mentioned earlier about doing Halloween shows. You'll be in Melbourne on October 31st. Do you have anything special planned?
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're going to turn the venue inside out. We're going to have a big costume party and all that stuff, and we're going to decorate the whole place, and it's going to be awesome, man. We're going to dress up. I can't give away what we're going to be yet, but it's going to be awesome. And Halloween's fun, man, and playing shows on Halloween is the best, especially if you can get people to go along with it. If people come out and dress up and have a good time, it's like one of the best nights ever, So it's our third year doing Halloween shows there, so, I think it's going to be one for the books, man.
Yeah, I think so too. By the time you guys return to Australia, the new album will be a little over a year old. Do the songs feel a little more natural to you now?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Of course, you got a year under the belt almost. They feel, they feel a little bit more automatic, I guess. But they felt, pretty natural, all the way through. I think in one of the songs, Glue Factory, it took me a couple times to figure out, like, because there's so many. The lyrics in that song are fast, and there's a lot of them. So it took me like a couple times going through that song to figure out like breathing and like how to like really be able to like crank that one out. But that was like super minor. I mean, sometimes that's like when you finish recording, you're always like there's always one or two things that come through, that you didn't have any idea was going to happen. Obviously, so. You go through those and you get adjusted to what you need to do to perform it and to play it, and then that's it. It's like everything everything always feels, we try not to record stuff that's going to be, that we can't do or that doesn't feel natural, It's like, you see these bands that record records that have like a zillion samples and pitch shifted vocals and all this crazy shit, and then you go see them live and it's just a total train wreck, That's the punk rock world, You just kind of, it's just raw and you just do what you do, So that's kind of, that's our world, So we're all good with the songs.
Have you noticed some of the songs becoming a bit more cemented into your regular set after seeing how fans react to them live?
Yeah, that's the cool part is, seeing, what songs are people's favorite as a new batch. And, the other part is like, we have certain songs, every band's got certain songs that they, kind of like have to play, that people just love, and that's awesome. And then you have the songs that you play and you switch out, you know what I mean? So it's like you have the songs that like, we played, I Got Chills for, like a year and a half. Like, let's give that song a rest and let's, put in something from Bronx 3 that we haven't played in, in ages or that we never played live or whatever, So that's kind of the fun part too, is just kind of switching out those kind of in-between songs that everybody digs, but you kind of need to, you just need to kind of, you can't play the same shit over and over again. It's like you get bored of it, and eventually people will get bored of it too. So it's fun. We're not one of those bands that switches up the set list every night. That's not really our style. We're not really a jam band like that. But what we'd like to do is just approach the tour as looking at, okay, what songs have we been playing the fucking daylights out of? What songs can we give a rest? What other new songs haven't we played in a while? What old songs can we dust off that, people will be super surprised to hear? That type of thing. And then we put it all together and hopefully it sounds good.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the 5th volume in the Bronx Encyclopedia is an absolute gem, and we're so excited to see what you guys have lined up for us in October. Matt, thanks so much for taking the time to have a chat with us, and all the best for the rest of the tour.
Right on, man. Thank you.